You're listening to Parasearch UK Radio, news, views and reviews from the world of the paranormal from across the UK and beyond. Find us on Facebook, Twitter and the World Wide Web. Parasearch UK Radio.
The views and opinions expressed by presenters and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of Parasearch UK Radio or its affiliates and sponsors. Listener discretion is advised. With paranormal news, views and reviews from across the USA, you're listening to Paranormal Hindsight with Jay and Teresa here on Parasearch UK Radio.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another week of Paranormal Hindsight. I'm your host, Jay, with my wonderful wife, Teresa.
Hello.
See, she's over there. It's just not me talking about her.
He usually does.
I would never talk
tell
bad about you. No, I always talk about you right in front of you. I would never do it behind your back.
That's true.
We have been missing for the last couple of weeks. We've had a lot going on. I've had some personal things going on and had a little bit trip in the hospital and things. But we're finally back and in the studios again and wanting to say hello to everybody. Just kind of give everybody a recap of what's coming up and what we got going on. And for over here, we call it, for lack of a better terms, we call it the paranormal season. And no, the ghosts don't come out in just certain times of the year. It's just when
that was quite funny the other night.
Yes, it is. Somebody had said that in a chat room, and somebody said, "Do you guys have certain seasons that they come out more than any other time?" It's like, no, it's just this is the time of year over here that all the events start kicking off through
all the paranormal conferences.
Oh yeah, starting at about this month, starting in April till at least November. It's really busy with all the paranormal conventions. It seemed like there's one in about every single weekend somewhere in this country.
Yes.
In fact, it's getting to be out of control just about. It's almost too much to take in. So, but yeah, we got a couple of them that we're booked for. Wow. Well, that's kind of cool music.
I don't know what happened here.
Wow. She's suddenly got in touch with all this nice, wonderful, yeah. I almost feel like you're getting ready to become angelic and float away, but
I am an angel.
Yeah, whatever.
Hold up my head.
Compared to me, yes, you are the angel.
Oh, that's true.
So, but yeah, we're starting to get more guests booked on, and we got Rick Rose be coming on with us real soon, a paranormal investigator, a friend of ours. He's got a lot of association with the Melbourne Manor. Also has association with the Sally House. Spent a lot of time out there. He's also on the Paranormal Mysteries that we are filming, the episodes. Not only is he our investigator, but he's also got a BS in digital cinematography, so he is also our filmer and editor and all that. He takes care of a lot. He's
our I would say one-man film crew, but he's not.
No, but he is in charge of the filming portion of it. That's all how you see it put together, and everything is definitely with him. We'll probably be having Miss Callie Sherrill on again soon because her energy work and her message is just so phenomenal. We love talking with her, and
she's got a big trip coming up.
Oh yeah, and we're also going to talk to us, come up with the people because we've actually found some people over here on this side of the pond that actually enjoy the Ouija board and want to do more with them and want to spread the word more about them. So we have that coming up here soon, and I'd love to announce his name, but I'm going to kind of got to keep that one quiet.
Yeah, keep it just for a little bit longer.
Well, and since the last time we talked on this show, I've actually launched another show with, as you all know, Miss Carrie Greenaway. Absolutely phenomenal lady. I'm so proud to know her and absolutely thrilled to get the chance to work with her.
You guys mesh really, really well.
Yes, we do.
You really do.
She brings it's kind of like this group. You all bring the sensitivity and intelligence to it, and then I screw up everything else.
That's true.
Okay. As long as everybody knows the role and I keep consistent. So
business as usual.
We have that show. It's called the Parasearch UK Radio Show. And it's actually on Paramania Radio, which you can find at www.paramaniaradio.com. It airs on Thursday nights, 7 p.m. here in the States, which would be about midnight your guys' time. But you can go back and find it in the archives. And we also post links to it from our Facebook pages. We also have a Facebook page for the Parasearch UK radio show. So you can go find that page and like it and get all the information and be able to listen to it at your leisure.
And there are a lot of good shows on there, just like there are a lot of good shows on Parasearch. So anytime you guys are driving in the vehicle or doing housework, whatever, just want to hear a good show, tune in. Go through the archives. If nothing's on at that time, go through the archives and pick a show. Listen to it.
Oh, absolutely. They have a continuous play. When there's no live shows, they replay the week's shows on Paramania Radio. You can also find, as you know, you can find Parasearch UK Radio in a multitudes of venues. It's amazing all the places that are now accessible. So if you can't find them, you're really not looking, because you can now find Parasearch UK Radio. You can listen to them live on Spreaker. You can also find them on the YouTube channel, SoundCloud, Podbean, and also on the Internet Archives. Don't forget to follow along with Parasearch UK Radio on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest, and what's that, Tumblr? What's
Tumblr?
Is that the T stand for? I don't know.
Tumblr.
I'm not that big social
Or is it
media
Twitter?
person. No, he said Twitter. That's got the bird on it. I know that one.
That's right. I think it is Tumblr.
So there's all kinds of ways to reach out and contact any of us. And if you have something interesting that you'd like to say or come on and discuss with us, please contact the station. And whether it be us or one of the other shows, I mean, there's absolutely phenomenal shows on Parasearch UK Radio.
Everybody here is they're great hosts. The show content is fun. It's very educational.
Very,
except for
very
us.
thorough. Yeah. We're the comedy relief of the network.
Yeah.
Hey, let's bring them crazy Americans over here. We'll see what they got to say. Y'all don't want to do that.
Well, we told them.
Yeah, I warned them.
Yep.
I didn't lie to them because I like them. I love every one of them. They're also wonderful people.
Yes,
But
they are.
Carrie and I's got a full schedule this month. We have Nick White, who was with the Bell Witch.
He was on the Bell Witch,
Which was on
show.
A&E over here. It was a TV series that was over here. He's got a group called Cage the Darkness. He's been investigating for a long time. Lots of stuff going on with him. We'll be talking with him tomorrow night. And we have
He's very
Mr. Andy Mercer
interesting to
coming on.
talk to.
Yes, he is. We have Mr. Andy Mercer coming on soon, and John Kachuba. He's a author here in the United States. It's all kinds of wonderful stories on haunted locations and things. And on the 27th of this month, we'll round out April with Mr. Glenn White, who's a psychic medium and a phenomenal guy.
A lot of fun.
A lot of fun. Absolutely wonderful guy. Very, very talented, gifted psychic medium, and also used to be a professional wrestler. So ain't no telling which way that direction will go.
If you've ever heard Richard Clemens talk about the wrestling
Psychic. That's him.
That's him.
But he's actually one of the few people that on this side that does physical mediumship and also does seances. And it's not too many people over here that would do those things anymore. It's just something that's almost taboo within this field. But there's more and more people starting to open up to the metaphysical side of things, it seems like.
They do. They're getting a little, how do I want to say it, more with the program, I guess, is how I want to word it. They're becoming more
Open-minded. Creativity is being allowed to be used a little bit more. That whole thing of thinking outside the box, for lack of a better term, which I can't stand. But they're absolutely opening up their minds and thinking more.
I know you guys have heard Jay talk about that all the time. Think outside the box. I don't like to think outside the box. What about the box? Jay's thing is that why do you have to have a box at all? So whenever you guys hear him complaining and moaning, that's what it's about.
Well, it's to me, whether you decide to tell somebody to think inside or outside of a box, either way, you're putting limitations. If you tell them to think inside the box, they're not allowed to think within inside those parameters. Mm-hmm. If you tell them to think outside the box, then they can only use the things on the outside and cannot reference anything on the inside. Forget that. Just think with your mind. Expand it.
Just
build
open
off
it up
of it.
and go.
And if you think inside the box, then you're actually thinking with what you already know. And then you're taking what you already know and expounding upon it to take it outside the box. So just get rid of the box altogether. Don't think about what's in it, what's out of it. Think with your mind, period. No parameters, no set stipulations or regulations on how you have to do things or how you have to perceive things. And that's where it doesn't matter what it is, but mainly in this film, filled with being so experimental and so unproven, we're limiting ourselves all the time by putting these parameters and these accepted standards that actually aren't really standards. Nothing's established. These to be the set standard. It's the accepted practice. That doesn't make it a standard. It makes it an accepted practice. So,
well, medical is an accepted practice.
Right, and every once in a while they choose and find new things.
Right.
Which is going to be some great things to discuss because we have one of the presenters going to be on vacation, and I guess the 7th, 14th, and 21st of this month, I will actually be joining Carrie Ann on her show, The Great Paranormal Debate. So,
look out.
Yeah, I get to join another show for a while here on Parasearch UK Radio for a few weeks and stuff. So, and you guys will be getting a perspective there of what's on that side of the pond and what's on this side of the pond. And what little bit I do know, I will definitely elaborate on. And if I don't know, I hope somebody throws down calls me out on it. Because if I make a mistake or if I'm wrong, I want to know so that way I can learn from my mistakes.
Oh, somebody call him out on it because he does all the time.
It's not that I call anybody out in a bad way either.
No, you just try to fumble your way through.
No.
Which
If I
is
don't,
quite funny.
I don't try to fumble my way through anything. If I don't know, I will tell you I don't know. Because the best way to make yourself look the absolute worst is try to pretend that you know what you're talking about when you don't. Because you try to overthink things and overanalyze things, and you say things that are so far out of context, and next thing you know, you catch yourself talking out both sides of your face or in a catch-22 situation, and now you've proven that you don't know what you're talking about. And now you went from being able to save your humility, save your honor and integrity by saying, I don't know. So you try to cover that up of not knowing and decide to discredit yourself all the way around because now no one has a right to believe you because you just proven that you will babble on whether you know what you're talking about or not. So you're better off to just say, I don't know. And it's so much easier.
It's like with our son, raising him, and that's how I was raised when I was a child. We'd ask my dad a question, or Hannah would ask us a question. It's like, well, I don't know the answer to that.
But let's
look for it together.
Let's go find it.
I can't tell you the times that when I was a child that we would break out encyclopedias and, whatnot just to find out an answer that somebody asked at the dinner table. But we found the answers.
Oh, absolutely.
And it taught us how to look for the answers.
So, back on the topic of investigating, what do we have coming up soon for that?
Well,
what could we possibly be telling these wonderful, wonderful people about our experiences next week?
Well, let's just start off with Friday.
Oh, gosh.
Friday.
Well, let's just start with the fact of telling people that if they remember correctly, we told them back at the 4th of July, we did 3 investigations within 4 nights. Yeah. This weekend isn't quite that busy, but with the lack of locations and the amount of time we're going to be doing it is just as big of a paranormal hangover come Sunday as doing those other 3 because Friday night, as you were saying now.
As I was saying, Friday night, we are going to be investigating at Posttown Elementary School here in Middletown, Ohio. We're lucky there because that is less than 3 miles from our house.
One of our absolute favorite spots, one of our most frequented places because it's so close. And plus, we lived in it for 4.5 years. So that makes a big difference, too.
It does. It really does. We have been there the most that we've ever been anywhere. And not counting
living there.
The fact that we live there. I'm talking about actual investigations.
Before and after living there.
Yes. And it's really active. That's where I have my little tinkle accident.
Tinkle and accident are 2 words that doesn't apply to the situation.
Well, it did. So I'll let you guys know what happens because I am going right back to the spot that it happened. And I'm going to see what's going on there because I have never heard that sound before. Not from there, anyway.
I hadn't heard that sound anywhere besides when I was a child.
Yeah. It was like when you were riding a bicycle and you skidded on the gravel and it makes that kind of weird skiddy sound. That's exactly what it sounded like. But I felt the rush coming up behind me. Shut up. But I felt the rush coming, like you can tell them something's rushing you from behind or somebody's coming up behind you.
Being bum rushed?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
All right. My bum was being rushed?
I'm not going to. No, see if you keep saying things, you're going to make it look silly. I'm just trying to get you to repeat things that sounds.
Well, don't do that to me. I can do that well enough on my own. Mean?
Absolutely.
But I heard that sound, felt somebody come up behind me. Scared the pee out of me.
And she does mean that very, very literally.
I screamed and ran.
And
I don't do that either.
And ran down her leg a little.
Yeah. We had to leave the location at that point in time and head home. Thank goodness that was our last.
Yeah, but in their defense,
area.
I've also scared the hell out of her and Rick earlier in the night.
You did.
Well, you know.
You got that time, I have to say, earlier in the night, you got Rick more than you did me.
Yes, I did.
This time, and it wasn't you doing it.
No, it wasn't.
I was the one that got scared so bad. I didn't know what. I've never been that scared before, you guys. We used to live in Post Town, so I wasn't afraid to walk out of that room last to bring up the last of the line. It didn't bother me. It didn't faze me. But you can bet your sweet booty that I will not be the last one in line this time. Not happening.
You can bet your bottom dollar I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that you are.
Oh, no.
Yes,
no.
I am. That's my job.
Nope. I'm going to grab Rick. Never mind.
Rick ran.
Rick, you can't depend on Rick. I'm a female. I was reaching.
Well, I'd hope so.
I was reaching for him for help. Now, he didn't know that I was planning on sacrificing him and throwing him behind me. He didn't know that. I was reaching for him for help as I was screaming and running. And all he saw when he turned around to look was my big bug eyes and screaming and running. And I was reaching for him, and he decided, no, it wasn't going to happen. And he took off running and left me to fend for myself.
And they both ran. Well, Rick was, no, they was both behind me. Both of them ran
Yeah.
past me, and all I did was fall to the floor laughing hysterically. I could not, I was laughing. I couldn't help it.
But what I felt bad about was the three girls that had never investigated before.
Were
that
gone.
Were new.
They were gone like a shot in the
That
dark.
did them in. I don't know. We saw them up in the break room.
Yep.
Once I tried to compose myself a little bit.
We saw them long enough to grab up our equipment back and tell everybody good night.
Yeah, because I had to go change.
But we'll be back there again this Friday night. We'll be investigating with Rick again, and maybe we can post a little bit of Go Live.
Oh, that would be fun.
With who we'll be with, and we're not filming anything that night. We're just going to go and have a good time with our friends. Jason Schneider, who's also a member of Paranormal Mysteries that we're filming. He's part of the TV series and stuff that we're working on. He will be with us, and Rick Rose. We may have some other friends of ours that we were involved with paranormal for a long time if they show up. But the four of us will definitely be together having a good time that night. And
I'm excited about
it. Maybe we'll do a couple Go Live sessions or do some recordings on our phones that we can post later, some sessions and stuff.
Yeah.
So if you want to find out more about it, you can go find us at Sit, Chat, and Laugh with the Lynches on Facebook. You can also find our Facebook page for our paranormal team, which is Hindsight Paranormal. And then you can also look up for Teresa or myself on our personal pages and stuff. And plus we have one's called Teresa J. Lynch. It's the page is for both of us together to run our public pages off of. So there's 5 different ways on Facebook that you can find us and contact us.
That sounds
and
kind
stuff.
of funny, our public page.
Yeah, it does.
We're somebody.
Yeah. But that's the page none of our family's on, and none of our friends that don't believe in the paranormal. I have a lot of my family that, imagine that, we're in the United States. I have a bunch of my family who are old Southern Baptists that this is just absolutely no, and they're very religious. So we tend to try to keep a lot of our paranormal stuff over there, which it doesn't happen because I tend to post more to my personal page when I do the Teresa J page. With me being off from work right now, I've really done a lot of updating to it today and stuff. So it's coming along.
So go check it out.
Absolutely, go check it out. Give it a like, follow along, follow either one of our personal pages, send us a friend request. We'll definitely accept it. We want to learn all things paranormal. So if you have questions or things about what we discussed in the past or what we've discussed in future shows, or you have a thing about a guest that we have on, you want to ask more questions and stuff, you can always hit us up on one of those media locations on Facebook, and we'll be more than happy to answer your questions and make any inquiries that we can for you about it. So please feel free to hit us up on those things and keep in contact with us because we do like that interaction. We want to learn. We want to expand not only our minds but the possibilities of this field. And there's no dumb question unless I ask it.
I was always told the only dumb question is the one that you don't ask.
Or the one that I ask.
Well, that goes without saying, dear.
Well, absolutely. But, somebody's got to ask the silly questions. Not everybody can do this. Not everybody can be the smart one.
All right. I'll take that job, though.
Yeah, you can have it because it comes with smart. Comes also a lot of responsibilities, and I think I'll pass. I kind of like having fun. So, but we'll be out Friday night, and like I said, we'll probably do some recordings and stuff. So go check out those outlets on Facebook and stuff to find us. We may even post some to the Parasearch UK Radio Show page and also to the Parasearch UK Radio North America page. So you can find us there also and contact us through there, or the regular Parasearch UK Radio Show. So there's all kinds of ways through Facebook. And they're all through Facebook. You notice that?
I do.
Because I'm old and I've got Google Plus.
You've got Google
Yeah,
Plus?
yeah. I thought I was going to say G Plus, but it's Google Plus. I have an account on there that I rarely ever check. I also have I actually got a Snapchat account, but I really don't post anything onto it. And I'm just now starting to learn how to use Instagram. So you can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Snapchat, but I really don't do a whole lot on them because I don't really truly understand them. Facebook is more the social media that I do associate with the most and also have the most interaction with.
As our son says, Facebook's for old people.
Yeah, whatever. He gets on there and posts every once in a while, too, so that makes him old. But anyway, Friday night's going to be a lot of fun. And then Saturday night, I doubt we get to post a lot of things. I highly doubt that because we're going to be pretty damn busy. If we do, it'll be little blurps here and there. But it's going to be absolutely a wonderful time. And where's that we're going to Saturday night if everything works out the way you're telling me it's going to work out?
The way things are looking, and it's looking really positive right now, as long as you can handle the drive down. And I'll drive so you can rest. We get to go to Waverly Hills Sanatorium.
Oh, my gosh.
With Josh Gates, Johnny Zaffis, Jenny Stewart, Dustin Perry, Steve Gonzalez,
Amy Allen,
Cassidy Ray. And I think I forgot somebody. Or did I get them all?
Josh Gates, John Zaffis, Dustin Perry, Steve Gonzalez, Jenny Stewart, Amy Allen, Cassidy Ray. No, you got them all.
I got them all. Okay. I thought I wasn't sure. I don't want to leave anybody out, and if I did, I was apologizing.
You better.
I would. But we're really excited. Hopefully you feel like going for the trip.
I'm going. I don't care how bad it hurts.
Well, I do.
I still have stitches from where I had my personal things going on. I had some surgery done, and I still have some stitches, so they're worried about me and the drive. We'll just leave extra early. We'll stop a lot, take breaks if we need to.
Yeah.
I'll drive until I can't take any more. Then I'll sit in the passenger seat and whine.
Well, you just sit in the passenger seat and whine, and
I'll
drive down there.
I can't do that since we're taking my truck. I cannot drive it's my pickup. It's my pickup truck.
Oh, get over it. I've driven it all week anyway.
I know you have. That's only because you get up and leave to work. I'm not allowed to. I'm allowed to go to work right now. You get up and leave for work, and I guess sit here and watch you leave out my truck, or you leave before I get out of bed.
I leave before you get out of bed.
I leave before you get out of bed.
But, in your defense, you're sleeping medicated, so...
I won't be medicated this weekend. I don't care how bad I hurt. I'm going to be coherent for what's going on.
We'll let you medicate on the way home.
Then I will sit in the passenger seat.
Yeah. You may need it on the way home. That sounds like a plan.
I don't like plans. Besides this weekend investigating.
I was going to say, I thought I had a pretty good plan. You guys heard that. He doesn't like it.
I don't like plans normally, but when these kind of plans, we get to investigate. That's a whole different ballgame.
Well,
usually I fly through life by the seat of my pants.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Or as my old dad from down south in Kentucky would always say, I'd go through life with my head on fire and my arse a kitchen.
By the seat of your britches?
Fast as it can go. Put it in overdrive. So, but we have never been to Waverly Hills. For those of you who haven't ever been there, or if you haven't ever heard of it, it's absolutely amazing. It is reportedly to be the most haunted location in the United States.
Mm-hmm. It is. Are you pulling it up?
Yeah, about it.
Yeah, it was a TB hospital. They would. I can't wait to go to the death tunnel, and that sounds so morbid, and I know it does, but they had there was an open air hospital, and they believed that with people that had TB, that the open air would help them. So they had all these open air areas, and rather than when somebody passed, rather than taking them with the sheet over them and down the hall and everybody knew, and taking them down to the morgue or whatever, they would take them and take them down to what they called the death tunnel, which was a long tunnel that ran underneath the ground, out of the basement area, ran underneath the ground. So every single person that passed there went through that death tunnel. And that's just an overwhelming... Do you know how many people passed away there, Jay?
No, it doesn't actually say on the Facebook page.
Okay. I know there were thousands of people that passed there, and it's really... If you have time and if you're bored and want to look something up, look up Waverly Hills. It's WaverlyHills Sanatorium.
It's in Louisville, Kentucky. And yes, for y'all, this is a little education here in the United States and all the different dialects. Everybody will look at it and say Louisville, but if you're from the area and you're from Ohio or Kentucky, especially in southern part of Ohio, which is northern Kentucky, it's Louisville. We don't say Louisville, it's Louisville.
Yeah,
I know. It's that dialect around here and the accent. Can't help it. It comes out big time in this. You can make fun of me all you want to.
I can't because I say it too.
Absolutely.
That's just how it was. Being that both of our families are from the Kentucky area, it's kind of hard. You know, that's just what we do. Louisville. Where are you from? Louisville. Where are you from? Louisville. Oh, you're not from around here, are you? You know, you could tell. I'm trying to look up here real quick on their website.
What about?
To see how many people had passed.
Well, it was filled with more than 140 people. It was obviously that much larger. The hospital was needed to so they added on to it. See, 400 more patients. It ended up being a huge facility. They built it on top of the mountain so that way it would have good airflow, thinking that would help out.
Mm-hmm.
I think you already said that, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Huh. They have an absolutely... If you go on the internet and go to the Waverly Hills Sanatorium official website, they have some absolutely amazing graphics of it. They have some wonderful pictures and historical pictures of nurses and patients at the time. It was absolutely... At one point in time, they actually had an area for the children where they could play, and they had basket-making area. They were trying to keep people in a positive atmosphere.
Holy smokes. Over 63,000 people passed. 63,000 people.
Actually, there's been reports of everything there on the paranormal side. You've had from evil spirits to demonic to doppelgangers.
Yes.
Have been reported there.
That's a big reporting there. People will say that they have actually even talked to somebody on their team, and then they disappear and they'll be in a different area, and they'll say, well, I just saw you. No, I've been here the whole time. So that would be kind of something cool to have happen.
No, it wouldn't, because I don't want to find another one of me.
Oh, crap. I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah, come on.
Damn.
You want another one of me?
No.
The world can't handle another me.
You got that right. One of you is enough.
Well, yeah. Heck yeah. But it's an absolutely phenomenal place, and the history to it, all the deaths. Our good friend we had on just a couple weeks ago, Christopher St. Booth, him and his brother, the Booth brothers, filmed a movie called The Death Tunnel there. They filmed a couple of different things there, but The Death Tunnel is absolutely amazing. They've talked about it in some of their other documentaries, and about all the deaths there and all the sadness and stuff, and some of the stories that Christopher tells you while he's talking about being in that tunnel is just absolutely amazing, which we will be having him back on again, because as wonderful as and quick as that hour went, we really never did touch on the paranormal. We got more onto the spiritual side of things, and when Christopher and I get to discussing things, it kind of flows in whatever direction it wants to.
It usually goes to...
well, this is my respect for the man. I talk with him about whatever he wants to discuss, no matter where we're at, and we will be seeing him real soon, too.
Yes, we will.
So he's an amazing young man, and I absolutely admire his work, and I admire him, as you can all tell by the way of listening to the show. So, but yeah, we're going to have a pretty busy weekend this weekend, and we got, oh crap, let me get the calendar over here.
Get that calendar out.
Let me pull the calendar out here. We have Rose Opera House coming up here real soon. It's an old opera house in Cynthiana, Kentucky. We're helping with an event there. on May 6th. We will be down there, and we'll be investigating with a bunch of people down there. B.J. Hodges, Brandon Kreitzer. I can't remember who's going to be there now. Daggone it. Oh, I'm glad they're just chuckling away. I don't see you digging all this information out. I'm always leaving it on me.
That's because you're doing so well.
Yeah, so well.
So well.
I forgot. Where's that? I forgot. What's that? That's doing so well. May 6th. We will be at the Rose Opera House. We will be investigating with Brendan Kreitzer, B.J. Hodges, Willie Emerick, and Christine Claffer, and Jody Parks. And what we're doing is we're having an investigation there. People are buying their tickets to investigate. We're going to lead some investigations, some historical tours, and they're collecting teddy bears, brand new teddy bears, for Cuddles for Cancer, which is they take these teddy bears into different hospitals and things, and they give them to cancer patients, and mainly children, just to give them something to have there with them. And we've never investigated there, so I'm looking forward to that night. It's going to be a wonderful time.
I'm excited. But something that, even though it's only about 2.5, 3 hours away from us, it's something that's been on our bucket list that we haven't been able to do. Like last year, we went to Mansfield Reformatory.
To this Saturday, we're going to Waverly Hills.
Yeah. Ashmore Estates was on our bucket list, and we've been there.
We'll be filming one night next month, too. We'll be filming at the Crown Point Jail. And our 3rd episode of Paranormal Mysteries. Can't wait to get 5 or 6 episodes so we get them released out.
We just need to get them all put together for you guys.
Absolutely. Then, actually, within 2 weeks of that, we'll be in one of the first week or twos of June. We'll be filming at Octagon Hall in Kentucky.
I forgot about that one.
Yes. And then in July, we will be filming.
We were going to go there a couple years ago, and something happened, and we couldn't.
Yep. And then in July, we'll be filming our 5th episode, which may be our final episode. We actually get to film at Ashmore Estates.
Woohoo.
So you guys see, we've hit some pretty big locations this year for our first season.
We have.
Yes, we have.
And it's been so much fun. It really has. I can't describe the difference. This is something that Jay and I have done together. It's something that I asked him to do it and start it with an open mind because I've always been interested in paranormal.
And I've always been extremely skeptical. Oh, actually, I was back then. I was not even skeptical. I was closed-minded.
No, you were closed-minded.
If I hadn't physically or seen it, smelled it, tasted it, fought it, whatever, it didn't exist.
Right.
And even with the cryptids, grew up running in the woods all my life, and if I hadn't seen it in that amount of time, that it didn't exist. Where I've actually opened my mind up to more and see that I'm so far narrow-minded that, of course, it didn't exist because I didn't want to accept the possibility that it could be out there. It's more of my own acceptance of things than anything else.
Well, that's true. But I had asked him to, just try and let's see how it goes. Let's see what happens. Oh, my gosh. That first night that we investigated at Post Town, we were hooked. And it's so fun having something to do with your spouse that you thoroughly enjoy doing and you both like it. We bring different aspects of it. I bring the more spiritual, with being empathic, sometimes being able to hear and see spirit, being able to I get messages from
everybody but me.
Yeah, I never get his text messages. But then he's the scientific guy. He likes to, he's very, for lack of a better term, you're tactile. You have to see it. You have to feel it. It's right there in your face. And that's so different from me. If somebody were to tell me, Teresa, don't touch that because if you do, it's going to burn your fingers. Okay. Guess what, you guys? I don't touch it. But Jay, on the other hand, is going to touch it and burn his fingers and look at him and say, oh, guess you were right. He just normally doesn't take things for what people say.
It's not that I don't trust. Well, it's not that I don't trust what they're saying.
You have to find them out for yourself.
But what is acceptable for you is an acceptable barrier for everyone else. And where 95% of the people I know in my life will say, whoa, 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 I'm still going strong. 98% of the people I've known in my life go, hey, that's had enough. I'm still like, come on, man, just 5 more steps. Then there's that 1% that's like, dude, you need to stop. I'm like, come on, man, just one more. Just one more. Come on, we can go one more step. I swear we can make it. And it's just the way I've always been. I've always pushed the limits. I've always challenged things. Then, as you said, our first night at Post Town when we got involved, I think we've talked about this story before, but for any new listeners, when we first got involved, our good friend Brian Henson was there that night, and that's where we met him and stuff, and became wonderful friends, wonderful people. I love their family, wonderful, wonderful people. But
that's actually who we're going to be with Saturday or Friday night.
Hopefully they show up. Hopefully they're able to make it. But he presented to me as a challenge in a way that I understood with being out in the woods and hunting and fishing all my life. He said, he asked me if I hunted or fished. I said, yeah. He said, well, so if you go fishing all day long and you don't catch a fish, does that mean they don't exist? So it took it out of the concept of what I know, because I know fish exist, and I just had a bad day, didn't catch nothing that day. But it took out the concept and put it into a situation where I could relate to it more, and that made it more of an understanding to me and an open-mindedness, and then it made it more of a challenge that how many times have I been out there and tried to find something and didn't, but I went back and tried again. So that's why I said earlier, it wasn't a matter of being closed, it was a matter of being accepting that I could be wrong, that I've been too closed-minded to accept the fact that it was there. I just didn't recognize it for what it was or wanted to admit what it was and dismissed it. That's not his fault. That's mine.
Right. But it's still being closed-minded to a certain degree.
Oh, no, it was extremely closed-minded. Now it's not. Now it's extreme curiosity. And like I talked with our good friend Callie, and I can't wait to get her back on the show again. I think
everybody enjoyed when Callie was on the show.
Oh, yeah, she's such a wonderful woman. But I'm so not interested anymore. I can't say that. I'm very interested in finding out some answers. But I'm okay now with not having the answers. Used to, I had to know. If somebody presented a challenge or a question to me, I had to find out the answer to it. Now I've accepted the fact that I may not ever know any of the answers. And I'm okay with that, but I'm still trying to find them. And I don't, if I find them, blissful wonder. If I don't find them, I'm okay with that. I can accept that. I used to not be able to do that. I also have the fact that the more I think I find an answer, all I actually find is 100,000 more questions.
Yeah, that's very true.
And for every one of those questions, I find 10,000 more questions, if not 100,000 more questions. And it's that ever pursuit of wanting to learn and understand. And there's so much that I can admit now that I couldn't do before, that I don't know everything. And I'm not meant to know everything. That's where I come into the networking, or for lack of a better term, as we call it over here, para-unity, which isn't actual unity of kumbaya, let's all skip down the road, but being able to understand someone else's concept and be able to take in their knowledge, even if I disagree with it. I don't have to like what they're saying. I don't have to, and I don't have to agree with what they're saying. But I do need to understand what they're saying, because if I can't understand it, then my basis of disliking it is unfounded, because I don't understand what the hell they're doing, and I'm disliking it because I don't understand. If you understand it and you fully understand what they're saying and you fully understand what they're doing and you don't like it or you still disagree with it, then now that gave you a conceptual idea of where you don't want to go or what you don't want to do within your parameters of what you're trying to learn yourself or trying to educate yourself or others around you. So understanding is very important for knowledge. You don't have to like it. You don't have to agree with it. I don't like the fact that they say Pluto isn't a planet. I'm 49 years old. The majority of my life has been a planet. Now you're telling me it's not? I don't accept that. It's still a planet. That's what I was taught.
For those of us that are older, that is kind of a hard pill to swallow.
Well, but you know what? That comes right back to what we were saying earlier. That's a fact of being stubborn and not being open-minded. That's exactly the point I was trying to make. That's just me being stubborn and hanging on and being closed-minded and hanging on to what I believe and what I accepted years ago to be knowledge without it actually truly being knowledge. Now we've got new information, new evidence, and we actually have a better knowledge about what's going on, and so therefore they make a new decision. I'm just not wanting to accept it. Once again, back to that concept, being closed-minded. Boy, didn't you see how I just talked you right into that?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Guess who's in trouble tonight?
Guess he's always in trouble.
Yeah, what else is new? Somebody's got to do it.
That's true. That's true.
So, but yeah, there's so many things going on and stuff that we have coming up, and I apologize that we've gone off the last 2 weeks. It's been me. 1 week we did have a guest that got really sick and couldn't make it, and the last week and stuff has been me with my.
I don't know about you guys, but the
surgeries
flu's
and
been
stuff.
going around rampant around here.
It's been bad. It really has.
It's the weather. It's warm. I mean, New Year's Eve, where it's supposed to be freaking cold, Rick drove his Harley motorcycle to the Rhodes Hotel.
That wasn't New Year's.
That wasn't New Year's?
No.
I thought it was New Year's.
That's when he was there with Wilma and Donnie Dixon. They were there that time. That's when we did the waxing. When we waxed his back and his arms and his legs for charity. Yes, we put body wax on a very hairy monkey man and waxed the body hair off his back, arms, legs, and chest. But every time we waxed some of it, donation was made to charity. So
we made quite a bit of money that day.
Yes, we did.
And it was all for charity.
It's all for fun. Waxed my eyebrows off.
We thought it was fun.
Yeah, until you guys started ripping my eyebrows off with that.
They're coming
wax.
back in.
Finally, a little slowly, but it's
Yeah.
okay. So, but it's that's part of it. Is also with the paranormal it is a community of untapped resources for knowledge, for understanding, and also for giving back to your communities.
Absolutely. That's how we do it over here anyway. I don't know how you guys do it over
I
across
guarantee
the
there's
pond,
places
but I'm
over there
sure that you guys
that
do
people
something.
give back, and
yeah.
I mean, we've done investigations and donated the proceeds from it. The locations have donated all the proceeds from the open public investigation and have donated to animal charities, homeless shelter,
Lost Limbs Foundation.
which is a wonderful charity. It's a grassroots charity over here called the Lost Limbs Foundation. You can find it on Facebook. You can also find it on the internet. It's for amputee, mainly children who have suffered amputation, arm or leg or whatever. Their families having difficulties with finances and all that stuff, and they help out a lot. So we've got a couple.
They've purchased several artificial limbs.
They've also paid for them to get to doctors' visits and
Yes.
stuff like that, or surgeries, and have put parents in hotel rooms and stuff. But it's
And
all
the gentleman, the founder of it, Mr. Mike Couch,
yes,
who is an amputee himself, is
wonderful,
an
wonderful man.
absolutely wonderful man. He's got a heart of gold.
Yes, he does. Yeah, absolutely wonderful guy, and I'm proud to know him.
Absolutely.
So, but there's a lot of things like that we do over here with the paranormal. Also, we give back. We do a lot of things with that, giving back to the community and working around us, because we don't, as everyone knows, you don't charge for paranormal investigating. We don't at all. But these venues that we go to do have costs and stuff, and they also include costs with trying to keep the buildings up,
Right.
with electric bills and everything else and stuff. So for them to take a night and donate it completely and give all the proceeds from that night to a charity is a wonderful thing for them in their own right.
That might be a night that is worth $500 to them. And they turn around, they still get that $500 from the group coming in, but they turn around and
donate it.
give that to the group, the charity group. So it's all about giving.
Absolutely. So, but we got all kinds of things coming up. We do have more things booked. It's not like we're rambling on tonight, because I don't know. We pretty much do. It's what we do all the time. I mean, heck, I'm doing 5 shows a week right now, so I'm getting used to doing nothing but sitting here at this microphone and rambling like a lunatic. Oh, wait a minute. That's another podcast.
That's another podcast.
Ramblings of a Maniac. So, and for those of you that is very, very American, childish adult humor. No, not for children.
Oh, please
do not have children listen.
No.
But it's 2 grown men that sounds like a bunch of, I don't know, 15, 16-year-old boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're wondering about my surgery, go listen to episode 30, the public PSA.
The broken PSA.
As it's titled, the broken PSA.
Public service announcement.
So if you go listen to that one, you'll kind of understand what's going on with my life right now and why I'm kind of taking a little bit easy. That's all we need to say about that. So, but yeah, get a hold of us anyway. Like I said, find us on all the social media networks. Well, no, find us on Facebook. You can find Parasearch UK Radio and listen to all the wonderful things. And please go over and check out our other network, Paramania Radio, at www.paramaniaradio.com. Absolutely, both networks are some of the most phenomenal presenters and hosts that you can possibly want to be. The networks are very professional, very well ran, and I'm proud to be associated with both of them. I'm also thrilled that they gave me the opportunity to work with Carrie Greenaway to do a crossover show on.
It's working out phenomenally.
Yes, it is. It's booking up quickly. We got some wonderful people coming on there, like I said earlier and stuff. So it's going to be amazing. We do thank you all for listening and giving us the time over there. And Richard and everybody with Parasearch UK Radio, thank you guys so much again. Like always, I can't help but say it. We are absolutely very touched and appreciative for what all you guys allow us to do and stuff with you guys.
Thank you guys for taking your time out of your evening or your day over there to sit and listen to us for a little bit.
Absolutely. A very haunted and very paranormal experience. Enjoy it. I hope it's safe. And we'll talk to you soon.
Good night.
You're listening to Parasearch UK Radio. News, views and reviews from the world of the paranormal from across the UK and beyond. Find us on Facebook, Twitter and the World Wide Web. Parasearch UK Radio.